Hello everyone, welcome to the PI VAT and GD preparation course. This course is brought to you by Learning Made Easy team, a team of IIM grads in association with our e-learning partner gtcube.com. If you are watching this video in the YouTube channel, do check out the free full-length course available in gtcube.com/store. This video talks about group discussion, do's and do nots, right? Some basic pointers that would help you to do better in your group discussion. So let's get started. So following simple things can make us efficient and effective in a group discussion. First point, in a group discussion, generally a candidate would be given a couple of minutes to think about the topic that is being given, and those 2 minutes to 3 minutes would be the crucial point of time in the group discussion that would help you perform well in the rest of the GD. So the first pointer is write down the ideas in those couple of minutes in the sheet of paper that's given, but make sure that you write down in a short note format, right? For example, if the topic is something related to the economy of the country, right? And then you should talk about, if I do something like this, right, the exports will go up, the imports, let's say the topic is in Make in India, right? That I make more products in India, I can export things more, I can also import less products into the country, so the exports go up, my imports go down, and the balance of payments basically go down, right? Something like this. This is how your short note should be, rather than exports will go up, right, and all of that, right? You waste your time writing down those points. So make a habit of writing down things like this, like plus is for pros, negative is for the cons, right? The government for the short form, and all of those minor things which you can understand. This comes through practice, but make sure that you write down your ideas in the sheet of paper in short notes only. And that's like the effective way for you to list down more points, think more, spend time in thinking rather than writing. The next point is about speaking first, right? When I say speak first, not necessarily that you should be the one who should be starting the topic, but right in the first few candidates who are speaking. It's really good if you can introduce the topic, if you know the topic well, if you are confident about introducing the topic, please try your best to introduce the topic and start first. It might help you to actually cruise through the entire GD, right? The panel might have a good impression right in the beginning itself, and they would be seeing you in the right way till the end. If it's not working out, I mean, if you could not speak in the beginning, try to push yourself to speak as early as possible. If you're not confident on the topic for some reason, okay, wait for some time, but my golden rule says that you should at least speak in the first 3 to 4 minutes, right? If you do not speak in the first 3 to 4 minutes of the group discussion, you are pretty much a non-existent person in the group discussion. The panel might themselves feel that you have no interest, or you are not confident enough to speak, and might not even keep a track of you, right? So do not avoid speaking in the first 3 to 4 minutes. You have to speak at least once, right? In the best case scenario, speak in the beginning, start the topic. After a couple of minutes, when some people have pitched in point, you again pitch in, right? So that's how it should go. Be neutral, that is, do not favor only on one side of the topic in the entire discussion. Yes, I believe it's good. Do not only talk about that. Do not make only arguments in favor of one direction, right? Might be that the discussion is in that point of time and you're getting chance to speak only on one point, that is still fine. But if you are getting to conclude, keep it a diplomatic way. If you are getting to speak, try to be someone who is receptive of the opposite arguments, and you're agreeing to them, you're appreciating the opposite points also. And if possible, please pitch points on both the sides, right? Like if the topic is on Make in India and you're talking only about it's good to do in India, it's gonna be providing jobs, we do this, we do that, etc. Don't only talk about that. If you get a chance, I understand the positives or the good points about appreciating a project like this, but we also should look at our capability, our ability to manufacture things, manufacture complicated stuff, right? Or maybe you can talk about a point like our country is more qualified to work in services sector. That has been how we have been growing over the last few years. So maybe it makes sense for us to invest our you know uh, knowledge, strength, energy into that element so that we can grow further into it, rather than looking at something entirely new where China is already a big guy in this market, right? Something like that. I'm just picking up a point, but the most important point is do not sound like you only argue on one side. Fourth point, speak data, right? Make arguments based on data as much as possible, right? So if you are talking about a topic like make in India again, if I am talking about how much of an exports we are doing, right? If you are arguing that the major exports that we do are like crude oil, which we refine and send it back, and that's our major export, and then gems and all diamonds we buy, those are the top of the list that you have with respect to imports. And you can argue that we have only some amount of x crores being spent on importing some products which we can manufacture in our country. But I think it makes sense for us if you look at our services sector, which is making so and so crores of money. It's better to invest our energy into that rather than on the manufacturing sector, which is only consuming some x crores in terms of imports, right? The impact, if you make the numbers, if you show the numbers, would be immense, right? We'll show with some more examples to show what we're talking about, but keep in mind data and statistics. If you build arguments on that, it would be of a great help. I'll show you this with an example of Statue of Unity, which would be shown in one of this course videos. That would actually help you actually understand the impact of data and statistics when we talk about or when we argue in favor of something. Take notes. That is, when a group discussion is going on, it's good to note down some points every now and then, which would help you to conclude the topic really well at the end if you could. Or there are few GDs where the group is given, like everyone in the group is given a chance to actually conclude the topic. It makes a lot of sense for you to note down the points so that you can indeed use all of those points and form a good conclusion. If you're struggling to note down while you're listening to someone and it's indeed disturbing you from listening to others and not helping you to actually think points and make your own points, it's okay to avoid, right? That's not the best case scenario, but the worst case scenario is that you keep just noting down the points and you don't pitch in at any point of time. You cannot think anything new. It's completely spoiling your thought process. Please do not write down that, right? I've seen few students who struggle to do this simultaneously. It's a good skill to develop, but if it's not working out, it's okay to leave it, right? It's not the end of things. The end of the things is when you can't think new points and you can't make any point in the group discussion. Please make sure that you don't let that happen. Sixth, ignore the panel. What do I mean by that? Do not look at the panel, right? Your eye contact should be to the group, right? If there are 12 people and you are the one speaking, try to cover all the 11 guys, right? 11 people, I mean to say, the guys and girls who are sitting. Look at them, make eye contact. That means you just need to keep rotating your head a bit so that you look at all of them, cover all of them. Do not look at the panel. Do not try to talk to the panel. Do not try to make a point to the panel, right? But at the same time, remember that the panel is present in the room. They are the ones who are the judges. So make sure you do not do something which would look a bit disrespectful to anyone in this room, including the panel or the participants. They are there to judge you, so make sure that you are trying to do your best with respect to showing respect to others, as well as being to the point, and also make sure that you are not looking at the panel at any point of time. Rather, look at the candidates who are talking when someone else is talking, and make sure that you cover everyone when you are talking, right? That eye contact is very important. Respect others. As I was talking about, make sure that you do not insult anyone. Do not shout. Do not sound arrogant. Do not raise your voice just to make your point, right? I mean to say, you can actually raise your voice to get a chance to speak, but do not sound like you're arguing with other person because he's arguing from other side, and you just don't say it louder and sort of a less of a shouting but more of a louder thing to just make your point sound like it's more valid, right? Be respectful, be confident. That is very important, to be confident and make your point in a strong manner. Does not mean that you have to undermine someone else, or you should not be shouting or making yourself stupid in front of the panel by doing any of these things, right? So they are the participants. Yes, everyone has their competitive spirit. They are scared, they are worried, they want to make more points, they want to get more marks. Everyone is fighting for their own seat, right? There's nothing right or wrong in this. I'm not talking about anything with respect to ethics and morals here. That's a different discussion. I would really appreciate you if you could be more ethical in everything you could do. The point is that for your own benefit, it's good to respect others so that you don't hurt your own chances, right? Finally, show interest. When I say show interest, it's not just about when you speak, it's throughout the GD. The way you sit, the way you look at others, the way you listen, the way you make the notes. I have seen candidates who are playing with their pens when someone else is making a point. They just, play with the cap, play with the pen, the way they make sound with their shoes, they, move their legs, they do something like this, something like that with hands, legs, everything, right? Please make sure that you sit straight. Look at the guy who is speaking. Make eye contact. If possible, make notes. That's when you might not be, obviously, you will not be able to make an eye contact. What I'm trying to say is show interest. Do not play with the cap, pen, everything, anything that's there. You should use every object that is there at your vicinity in the right manner, not in any other unintended manner, right? That's gonna show the interest that you have. It's not just about the way you speak, it's also about how you make yourself visible to the panel, how you come across in the entire group discussion. That is gonna decide your score in the group discussion, right? So few more pointers that I would like to talk about. Do not show your personal likes, dislikes in the group discussion. Make it like an argument through some logic, but do not make it like I don't care why, I personally feel this is the good thing or this is the bad thing, right? Do not ever come across someone like that who does not build an argument based on logic, rather it's personal bias or liking, dislike that's coming, right? Also, make sure that you never say things like you are wrong, you are incorrect, how can you say this, right? Do not ever judge someone's point. Make it in a very mild manner, right? If you do not agree with, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not agreeing to your point. What I believe in or what I feel is this and this, or because of so and so logical point that I'm bringing, I feel this is the right thing, not the way you have said. There is a way to say when you're not agreeing to someone, right? I appreciate your perspective, but I feel that it will not work because of so and so reason, or it is not right in this context, something like this, right? So that makes much better rather than saying you're absolutely wrong. How can you even think like that? Please do not make those statements, right? Finally, do not lose your composure, right? At any point of time, you don't know the topic, you're absolutely clueless about the topic, believe me, you can still make a good performance by being a bit more active in the discussion, that is listening to others, picking those points, and then you building the points on top of that, right? Let's say the topic is something you absolutely no clue on, and then the discussion is going on, then you hear about a public health system, but some information on the health system. Maybe if you can connect the dots, you can use some of your knowledge to talk about that, right? Even though earlier you did not know about the topic, at least you come to know about it after you listen for a couple of minutes, right? So always be attentive in the discussion. Do not lose your composure at any point of time just because you are not able to speak, just because you are not getting a chance, or you are not aware of the topic, or you feel that you're not doing good, right? Be calm and try your best till the end, and that's going to be your best performance. I'm not going to say that is going to be the best possible thing, that's how you are going to crack through the round, but what I'm saying is just because you panic, your score will not go up suddenly, right? It will obviously go down rather than going up. Rather stay calm and you'll do really good, Right, so finally, so we do have a full-length course, PI, VAT and GD preparation made easy, available in gtcube.com/store. We are running it at an introductory offer of 199 rupees only. We have a free course. This is the paid course that we are talking about here. This paid course, in addition to the free course, we'll have more videos, and also we have a 10-page form which would help you to relive your entire life and know yourself better. MBA interviews are more about knowing yourself better. And we also talk about the tricky personal interview questions that will be discussed in depth. We'll give you some pointers to base your answers and build your answers to handle these questions. Also, we talk about some frameworks that would help you to structure your thoughts and answers in your personal interview round, the GD and VAT rounds, so that you can work effectively and efficiently in these rounds and do your best. We'll also have some more examples on some discussion topics, PI questions, to show you how you can apply these frameworks, right? Application of these frameworks is much more important than just knowing the frameworks. So we'll also show you more examples in that. So do check out this course. We are very confident that this course would help you to perform really well. Finally, so visit the partner's website gtcube.com/store, where you can find one free course for GDPI VAT preparation and one full-length course at just 199 rupees as introductory offer. Do like our Facebook page of our partner, facebook.com/gtcube3, where you'll find more updates that would help you in your preparation. We are coming up with more courses. And finally, thank you for watching this video. We'll meet you in the next video in this course.